Get ready to be mind blown. And now, for today's hashtag Lane Hack with Just the Tip. Run, don't walk your way to SimplePassiveCashFlow.com and sign up for the Hui Deal Pipeline Club and get in on the deal flow. Hashtag Lane Hack.
Hey guys, this is Lane with the Simple Passive Cashflow podcast. Today is going to be a presentation that I gave outlining the options for coaching options. 3 options available. There's the group coaching, there's the light private coaching, and then the max private coaching. Be doing a presentation now. If you guys want to go to simplepassivecashflow.com/coaching, there's more details there and the video will be uploaded here. But I'm going to go ahead and play the audio version for you guys. I do go over outlining the coaching options and some reasons for mentorship. As you guys know, I spent a lot of money on mentorship and, I wasn't a believer in the beginning, but boy, did it make a difference in me taking the next step. So if you guys want to just fast forward to the next podcast that you're going to listen to, do it now. But if you're not, go ahead and listen. I think there's some good takeaways from today's podcast. We'll see you guys next time. And I'm off to Las Vegas tonight. I'll be doing a goals seminar with the real estate guys. Hopefully it'll be a great year for all of us. Bye. A lot of you guys were interested in coaching. Got a little deck here to kind of outline the coaching options. So time is the most important thing, right? So let's get started. What is mentorship here? There's 4 stages of mentorship. There's first the unconscious mentorship stage where you're not in control of these. It's the society or the values that's in your world where you're in today. The second level is conscious membership, and this is where you start to take control of yourself. This is the informal, which are like the friends, the peer group that you have that I always talk about is so important. I could kind of help out with that by putting you into my secret Facebook group and some of the like the San Francisco Facebook group and Seattle Facebook group, Hawaii Facebook group. To get you around people who are kind of thinking the same way. Another way is, what are the books you're reading? What are the Instagram feeds you're taking in? And then the formal side of this second level, which is, the examples that what you're watching, the directors you're having. These are the people that believe in your potential, but, these people are busy, so they're not going to really take an interest into what you're doing. Although when they are in front of you, yeah, they want to help you out. And then there's sponsors, and these are the people that come to you and they believe in you. And they're going to come back to you routinely and check in with you. And in a way, when you're paying for mentorship, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to be this sponsor for you. Creating conscious in others and pay it forward is the last stage of mentorship here. And that's 90% of people who have been mentored become mentors. And so a little bit of my backstory: I did not do any mentorship, to buy a turnkey rental or to do single family homes, but I did pay the $30,000 to go into apartment mentorship. And at that point I was like, whoa, that was when mentorship and mastermind groups really became so clear and apparent to me that, man, if you really want to take it to the next level and stop screwing around, you really need to just put your money where your mouth is and just start pay to play, is what they say. Not being one of the big boys in investing quite yet, aka the accredited investor in the eyes of the SEC, it's tough to find good options for investing. But then I started investing in the American Homeowner Preservation Fund, or AHP Fund, which is crowdfunding the mortgage crisis in America. The fund collaborates with existing homeowners to keep them in their homes. It's a way to make great returns while feeling good about making a social impact. After investing myself in the fund, it was awesome when they approached me to become an advertiser of the company. You can start investing with as little as $100, and if you want the free Burn Zone book, please send me an email to lane@simplepassivecashflow.com. So this came from this author, Sean Blanchard. How about that crack baby? Keys for mentorship and success. Kind of an interesting title there, but yeah, it's good. I heard him on a podcast that I put his teachings into this deck. for you guys who don't know, I grew up in Hawaii. 2003, I moved to Seattle for college. 2009, I began investing in A-class rentals in Seattle. And there, I had a couple in North Seattle, one in West Seattle, and I essentially became an accidental landlord. I fell into it. So I know a lot of you guys are not going to be the accidental landlords, and you guys really have a harder path, in my opinion. You guys have to get up from a lifestyle that is, a lot of you guys have pretty comfortable lifestyles, but you want more. So you guys have to kind of jump into this, and mentor is a good way of mitigating a lot of the pitfalls in doing this. 2012, I was buying all these properties cash flowing in Seattle, but I bought at the right time. But around 2012, the market was rebounding, and I was priced out a lot of the cash flowing opportunities. So I went out of state, Birmingham, Atlanta, Indianapolis, and also one in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. And I developed a different skill set, more of a remote landlord skill set, which really helped me in doing my apartment investing today. So became an international farmland investor. And that year in 2016, I sunk $30,000 into apartment mentorship group and another $30,000 into various mastermind groups, and traveling and meeting a lot of different investors across the country, a lot of trips, a lot of dinners out. And today it's kind of the next chapter where I'm taking this. 2017, I moved back to Hawaii. And that year I invested not $60,000, didn't go that crazy, but I did spend another $30,000 into my education in various trips out, mastermind groups, and etc. So if you guys want to repeat what I did, it's going to cost some money. And I think what I got out of it was a lot more than just the real estate education. I think it was really cool to meet a lot of different people and to build relationships with different people that I just didn't have access to in the future or in the past. So started partnering with my investors in the Hui Deal Pipeline Club. And, even if you don't do mentorship, you guys can still join the club. We raised $50 million in 2016 and 17 to acquire $50 million worth of real estate, and we raised $4 million. So I definitely want to try and double that in 2018 and beyond. And co-owner of MFP Investments, LLC, 626 units, 5 apartment buildings, San Antonio, Houston, Oklahoma City. And that's my track record. I'm trying to add on another 199 unit RV park onto the top of this. So a lot of people ask me, like, well, why did I start writing Simple Passive Cash Flow? And, I just started to write it because a lot of people would ask me questions. And a lot of the emails would start to pour in. And you guys can see a lot of them at simplepassivecashflow.com testimonials. And it was really cool to, see the impact that I was making. And then, 6 months, a year went by and, put me in 2017. And the podcast was getting a lot of traction. I was getting a lot of investors, but more importantly, I was, changing lives. And if you guys want, I can send you a free copy of my book, the e-version copy. Just shoot me an email at Lane, Simple Passive Cash Flow. I can get that out to you. But in a nutshell, I kind of realized that, I was going to get there financially free myself in a few years, but I really didn't see too much in the whole lifestyle of just traveling around the world, going to cheap places, eating food, taking pictures of my food, the whole drinking pina coladas on the beach sort of lifestyle just seemed kind of basic to me. Not to say that, if you want to do that, not to say that that's not a great way to live. I mean, that's just me. I kind of discovered this concept of Ikigai, which is, 4 things combined in one, what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, what you're good at. And at that point, you're kind of operating at that resonance frequency where things kind of take off and you impact a lot of people and you're really good at it and you enjoy what you're doing. some of the testimonials that people were giving. It was really touching that, a lot of these people would write me these long emails saying like, whoa, you really changed my life. And now, my wife or husband doesn't have to go to work anymore. They stay at home with the kids. And that was really why I got into this in the first place. Charles Schultz, American cartoonist, says the true secret to happiness is first making a living doing something you're passionate about, and making a living doing something in which you have innate talent in. And I'll say passion and innate talent equals fulfillment. And I'll tell you, I'm not really getting really fulfilled at my day job being an engineer. And fulfillment equals long-term happiness. So this is what I can get you guys fast-tracked at. Here's a typical budget on the left side, year zero. You're making $5,000 a month in this, this typical scenario, and you've got all these expenses going out. And for a lot of people, it's a net zero at the end of the day. But as we start to pile on the rentals, as you see in year one on the bottom in the blue, you're adding that first rental property at $3,000 a month. Things start to change. Now you're adding more to the savings. Year two goes by, you add that second rental, more savings. Year three, third rental. Year four, see how that savings just keeps going up and up and up, and just this thing keeps going and going and going. And as you can see, at some point I can take you up to bridge the gap between doing it yourself as a single family home, duplex, triplex, quadplex owner, and jumping in as a limited partner to syndications and to bigger and better stuff. Because I'll say a couple of years ago, I hit a pivot point where I started networking with a lot higher level investors, guys who were essentially financially free based on their real estate investments. And a lot of them had made the switch to multifamily investing or different syndications. It doesn't have to be multifamily. And that was just kind of when things took off, because at the end of the day, they bought this single family home and they did all this work, and all for what, $300 a year? I mean, they needed to get a whole bunch of these things to get up to their goals if it was $5,000, $10,000 a month. And not to discount that, the single family homes is not the place you should go. I still think that that's the place you need to start if you're just getting by and you're only able to save a few $100 a month. But this is, they always say you find a mentor who has done what you want to do. And I've done this. I've jumped from essentially the minor leagues to the major leagues and gone from the single family home world to the syndication world. And that's currently where I'm making my business. But the why, as I said before, is getting people into the game. As you can see here in year 9, you can see how you start to transition out of your rental properties and into more scalable syndications. And then, I think at year 9, year 10, that's when things really take off. That's when you're off on your own. And it all starts here with the mentoring and coaching today. I know I use this analogy a lot and I'll kind of skim through it, but getting beyond the break in the surf with cash flow is a lot like, if you've seen the movie Castaway, when Tom Hanks has to get through the break out to sea, he has to go to the shore break with his boat, his little makeshift boat. And that's the hardest thing for him, because in this beginning stage, you're just getting pounded. And this is in a way what a lot of people are, living their budget day to day. They're just getting pounded. They're getting pounded by speeding tickets, or getting pounded by all these ticky-tack credit card fees or bank account fees. Not until you get past the break point, or you kind of essentially weightless or beyond the break, as I call it, and you're amongst people who are essentially financially free or pretty much there. There's nothing to do if you're an accredited investor or anything like that. It's more how much money are you, if you stop working, how much passive cash flow would you have coming in? And you may not be at your goals yet, but you definitely know the path to get there, and that's the most important thing. People always ask, why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? And also the savers don't get anywhere. We all know that. Robert Kiyosaki says the savers are the losers. And here I have a picture of an experienced surfer. And I don't know if you've watched these guys, find their way. They all have to go through the break in the surf every time they get out to where the launch positions, where the good waves are. And if you watch these guys, there's a certain aura about them, and they kind of navigate the waves a little differently than your average Joe. This is what I'm going to emulate for you, and I'm going to get you like this person. I'm going to get you past the break as soon as and fast and safest as I know how. I don't quite have this little contraption here, but essentially that's what I'm going to try and do for you guys, and that's what you guys are going to sign up for when you sign up for coaching. Again, the why. Some people just don't know how to take the first step in this. It's a proven path. You start buying rental property, you will be financially free in 5 to 10 years. And that's not a scam. This is not a get rich quick kind of thing. This is a build wealth prudently and slowly deal. And before I get started into the different coaching packages, as you guys know, you guys can always pay for a la carte 1 hour coaching from here and there. You can go to Clarity. There's an app there, and you can just book me, per the hour. And I'd be more than willing to help you out like that too. But here's what you'll learn when you sign up for coaching with me. You'll take this, there's different paths here, and I always tailor it to what you guys need personally. Some guys, they want help with buy and hold rentals. Some guys want remote turnkey rental help specifically. Some people want to take the next step and go big with apartment investing. Some people want help decoding syndication as a limited partner and just kind of be able to have someone look over their shoulder as they look through all these different syndication and executive summaries and PPMs. I'm not a lawyer or a CPA, but I'm an investor who's done this before. And also some people want help raising money from others and to syndicate larger deals. I've built the podcast. I built the Huey Deal Pipeline Club that's raised over $4 million and acquired over $50 million worth of real estate. And also some people just want to help building the team, just pulling it all together. And maybe you want help with a little bit of all of this. By signing up with coaching with me, you're basically buying my time. So whatever you want to do in that time, if you just want to shoot the shit or, talk about real estate or talk about one little thing, then it's fine. It's your time. I'm going to do my best to help move you along. But I'm going to listen to what you want first. You guys all know this. You guys have the flow charts that I've built. Start here. If you got this kind of debt, and this is the stuff to do. You've got the investing 202 based on your household income. What should you do? Are you an active or passive investor? I've done these before, and if you guys want access to these presentations in the past, shoot me an email at Lane@SimplePassiveCashflow. And then you guys have seen the risk-return matrix that I show you guys, and these are all the options out there. But what you don't have is the holistic blueprint of what you should do for your own situation. I have this block idea that I talk a lot about on the podcast and to a lot of you guys in the free coaching session, the intro coaching sections that I can still give for free. But this is all just a very prototype kind of thing. This is not specialized based on your own personal situation and your own risk tolerance. Two big factors, and I'm not even looking at all the small factors at this. Here's what you'll learn. You'll learn how to find and analyze deals. You'll be able to find out those sucker deals for the Californians that a lot of these turnkey providers or guys in the Midwest and South kind of lick their chops when they see an email from you guys. You're able to underwrite the property conservatively via cash flow analysis, and you'll be able to get every dollar on the table in the due diligence period and punch list negotiation. And this is where I see you guys dropping a lot of the dollars. You guys don't know what you guys don't know. And a lot of times you guys will play hardball and you guys will ruin a relationship. You'll ask them, oh, I want that roof replaced. And it's like, what the heck, man? The roof is like 5 years old. you're not going to get a new roof on this turnkey property. I mean, you're ridiculous. And then in this state of the economy, it's a seller's market, it's low inventory. And then there's all these other unsophisticated investors lining up around the block to take your property away from you. I mean, you have to know what's right and what's proper and what's fair. And that's what I'm here to help educate you guys for and really walk you through this whole process. And also, I'll get you the best financing options with my preferred lenders. And I always tell my clients, CC me on your emails, because you may say something stupid that kind of inhibits your ability to get a loan. I mean, a lot of those debt to income ratios are all over the place these days. I mean, a lot of this is just you don't know what you don't know, and I'm going to try my best to make sure you don't make any mistakes. And of course, you get to leverage my deal flow and my Rolodex. A lot of my providers, you really won't really have to do much of calling around if you don't want to. I mean, some guys, they want to call around and they want to be able to develop the skill of prospecting for vendors and doing things like that. But some guys I just want to get a property and operate it, and just tell me how to do that. And I'm like, cool. You will learn how to do that well. And of course, I think that my big asset is I tell you how to do this holistically. I put it all together. How to set up your personal systems so you don't go crazy, because I know you guys are busy professionals, and balance it with your full-time job. I'm going to tell you what I do to optimize my taxes and best practices that are proven for professionals like you guys. And also put you in contact with the right professionals to advise you. Also, the best technology to use, what are the apps that I'm using, what are the programs. I'll even share my financial spreadsheets that I have to, how I keep track of all my expenses and income and track my properties. And I think at the end, you'll learn the investor mindset and you'll remove limiting beliefs that you had on yourself. And that's one of the key backbones to any kind of coaching program, are these two components. And you're paying for my time, and at some point it's going to run out. Not that I'm going to die or anything, but the actual coaching program, it's only 4 months or 6 months, whatever program you choose. But my goal is to get you on a clear 5-year plan after our coaching program is over, so you know exactly what to do, and you're doing it by yourself, right? I mean, you're not a good mentor unless your students can go off and do it on their own, is what I think. Other possible scopes of services, like I said, it's all customizable. And whatever you want to ask me, and I'll help out. You're paying for my services again. So if you want to grow your brand, you want to syndicate big and small deals, you want help starting your own podcast, I can help you out with that. Internet marketing. And also the soft skills, like networking the right way. I mean, there's a reason why I've gotten into all these deals and partnerships. And it's not because I'm a jerk. I mean, some people like me. I don't know why. And I've kind of figured it out. I haven't quite written those blog posts or podcast posts yet. But you will get firsthand information. I'll call you out on your blind spots. So here are the options. There's 3 of them. First, you get the group coaching. This is what I call the level 1 program. It's a 4-month program. Second level is a private coaching, which I call the light version. Level 2 is another 4-month program. And then the private coaching, which is the max level, level 3, which is the full 6-month program. So we'll go through each of these. The group coaching is basically you're going to be in a group, and I'm going to be teaching a bunch of you guys at the same time. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the ability to ask me questions. I'm going to answer it back batched, just so other people can get to hear what you have to say and hear what another peer investor asks. You're going to get weekly 60-minute calls for 4 months with other students. You're going to get admitted into a secret Facebook group just for this group coach. So this is in addition to the other Hui Facebook group. This is going to be another Facebook group just for the 6 to 12 members. in this program to facilitate collaboration, because a lot of you guys are in the same boat, and that's part of this whole thing, is part of the peer group that I try and create for you guys. And you have the right to join the Hui Mastermind Club for a full year with a 25% discounted rate. And you guys can go to simplepassivecashflow.com/mastermind for more information about that. And if you guys don't know what a mastermind, Napoleon Hill kind of coined the term back in 1925 in his book Think and Grow Rich. But basically, it's a peer group, mentoring group of highly motivated individuals who agree to help hold each other accountable. And they're a group made of successful people, so not just tire kickers. The people who are in this mastermind are investing $50,000 to $100,000 in each of the deals in the Hui Deal Pipeline Club at the moment, or they have put the money down to join. So serious people, not tire kickers. And I've had such a good experience with masterminds, and a lot of masterminds are $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $60,000. So I think I've priced mines pretty reasonably to make it a very low barrier to entry. So again, Simple Passive Cash Flow /mastermind if you want more information about that. So purpose of there is to network with other more engaged investors to make wise decisions and hold on to the financial freedom that you do have. And you are the average of the 5 people you keep in contact with most. So whether you join the mastermind or the group coaching, always keep that in mind. Something that I've kind of developed lately is that everybody thinks differently. And we'll get into the last 2 stages of the coaching, but I just want to mention this now, that there's different models for coaching, and I've kind of had to develop this as I go along. And I think what you guys will realize is I am a systemized person, but this whole coaching thing is sort of new to me. The soft skill of life coaching and business coaching. I realized that I know how to get you there, but the messaging, I have to take a look at my pace setting. How do I model it for you guys? Am I a challenger or a directive to you guys? Because some people, it turns that off to. Some people like a more visionary leader or a democratic leader. Some people like people that coddle them. I think what I'm trying to say here is I will try and figure out what is the best way to work with you, and you're the client. I'm going to do my best to get you where you want to go and whatever works best for you. So we mentioned the group coaching. You also get secret access to the library resources, the video trainings. You get 12 webinars, and you also get priority access to the deal flow, who already have about 950 Hui Deal Pipeline Club members. So you get to go to the front of the line and skip over a lot of the people in the club by joining the group coaching. And you also get a 30-minute introduction coaching call and a 30-minute closeout call, or, hey, Lane, I need help with this emergency call. Because I know you guys, the idea is you guys are going to be doing deals, and I'm another support line for you guys. Combined value of $5,000 or more, but we know you guys aren't going to pay that. We'll get into the pricing a little later. The second level, the private coaching light, is you get everything in the group coaching that I mentioned. But here's what you get in addition. So you get 3 months of kind of personal attention. Answers, you can shoot me emails or call me on the direct line. Answers will be personalized to your students' needs. The core part of this is the personal weekly 30-minute calls for 3 months. And this is where we really dig down into what your personal needs are at the moment and what your personal situation is. You have, again, the same right to join the Hui Mastermind, but instead of a 25% discount, you get a 50% discount to join that. And then priority access deal flow, you jump above the group coaching level 1 students in line for deals. That's a combined value of almost $10,000, but obviously you guys aren't going to pay that because you guys know the game by now. And we'll get to that in a little bit. The last coaching level, the private coaching max, I'd say, this is for guys who don't want to screw around. You have a lot of assets to invest and you don't want to take chances. You get everything in the group coaching 1, everything in the private coaching light level 2. There's a little typo there. It says max, it should be light. And you get me for an additional 3 months in addition to the original 3 months. So you get me for 6 months for the emails and phone calls, and with the 30-minute phone calls for a total of 6 months. So it says additional there, but that's just additional onto the light level. So you're getting a little bit of this is kind of like paying in bulk, this level 3 in comparison to the level 2. And here's the big one, you get to join the Hui LE Mastermind for a full year for free. You're in. Invitation gets sent your way. And with the priority access to the deal flow, you jump above the level 1 and level 2 students. Combined value of $14,000 or more. But here's the pricing, because I know you guys, that's what you guys came to see. Obviously, all this is on the website at www.simplepassivecashflow.com/coaching. So for that first level, the group coaching 1, there's 8 student openings at $2,500 and final 4 student openings at $2,750. First come, first serve. If you want to be part of that, get in as those first 8 students. If student purchases through a provider and I get some kind of a marketing fee, I'll refund up to $500 due to the referral fees based on the dealings of the student. And that's how you can get your $2,500 tuition down to $1,750 as outlined there. The next level is the private coaching light version. There's only 1 opening for that left, $4,500. And again, if you there's that rebate program there for if you buy a property, and I do get a marketing fee for that, get you down to $4,000 for that program. And the private coaching max version, there's currently 3 student openings at $7,000. You get a little bit bigger rebate on that one, $750 to get you down to $6,250. So as you guys notice, there's limited amount of availability here. Not to be and do any kind of scarcity tactics there, but I'll be honest, coaching is just not a very simple or passive way of building revenue for myself. I mean, for me, it's trading time for dollars, but for me, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy building the relationship with you guys, and I want to work with people who are committed, and it really helps people get off the fence. And I think that's what the group coaching, that first tier, is really fits that goal. And like I said, I started this blogger podcast for the shrinking middle class who followed the linear path to getting a career that they don't like. Henry David Thoreau calls this the life of the quiet desperation. I don't want to make this about money for those who don't have it. I think that's what the group coaching is all about. And it's more about choosing to get off autopilot in your guys' lives. And this is hopefully levels the playing field for a lot of you guys, which is why I am instilling a need-based financial aid discount, which I'll get to at the end. But before that, why would you guys want to sign up for coaching or group coaching? Kind of jokingly here, I'll be your friend on Facebook. But in all seriousness, I'm not a guru. I'm actively doing the thing, and I'm not too far ahead of you guys, which some people will take that as bad. Some people will think that's good because I'm not talking down to you guys, and I'm kind of in the trenches, and I'm seeing the best practices unfold in front of us. You know, I think I've done like a coaching program for wholesaling, and they said, you know, do yellow letters or I forgot what the tactic was, but I was like, man, that was like 2015 stuff. You know, like this is just some like crappy package you're putting out there for $47.99, and you're just trying to sell this stuff. No, I'm going to be telling you what I do. I mean, I'm not going to be holding anything back on you guys. I'm trying to grow my own network and portfolio, and I hope this can be a start of a relationship where we can both climb the ladder of success together. And we'll see you guys at the top. And here's kind of a fun slide here to kind of break things up. Each column has different country and different, the most popular GIF from that country for that emotion. So United States is on the right side. Apparently we get really excited when we see pizza. But here's the thing, there's a lot of options out there for coaching. Find someone who you resonate with. You know, if you like the podcast and you like how I do things, I mean, I think I check all the boxes. I mean, I've done the mentorship groups. I've done the deals. I'm actually doing it right now, and I'm not too far ahead of you guys. And I know the sneaky tricks, the gray hat tactics to do that. And I'll teach it to you. You know, I'm not the most professional guy out there. I'm not the oldest guy. But if you're looking for something, you know, like that, then you don't just go to them, right? Like if you're looking, like if it's like looking for a trainer, like if you're looking to learn from a big tall dude, then go learn from a big tall dude. If you're looking to learn how to, you know, lift weights as a short guy with short arms, then go to that guy. You know, there's a lot of options out there. So it's got to be a fit for both of us. You know, we've got to have a good working relationship together, because they do the guaranteed a service thing. So, I mean, if you guys are unhappy, I'll give you your money back, and then we probably won't even talk ever again. Because it's just the reason it won't work out is just because we weren't able to get along, to be honest. Maybe I rubbed you the wrong way. Maybe I pushed you too hard. So that's just the disclaimer there. You know, there's a lot of other options. If you guys just want to get on the phone call and just talk to your situation, we usually can figure out if we're a good match. And if your goals are kind of aligned with what I can do, because, you know, I'll be honest, there are things that I'm good at that I'd probably say I'm the best in the industry at, and there's things that I'm not the greatest at, but I'm decent enough to know what I don't know in those kind of categories. So here's that financial need discount, which I instilled because I want to I want to remove the barriers, and I want to have people have no excuse for joining the program. So there's this AEPI index that I have here. I call it the average employable person income. So you calculate this by an example of a husband making $50,000 per year and a wife making $80,000 per year will have an AEPI of 65,500. So what we're doing here is we're taking the two, adding them up and dividing it by 2. Thus the term average employable person income. So if your AEPI is less than $30,000, you receive a 30% discount. If less than $50,000, you receive a 20% discount. And for a lot of you guys who are doctors, lawyers, or a lot of dual income families, I'm sorry, you're just not going to qualify here. And kids under the age of 17 count as 1/2 of an employable person. Again, there is the discount program outline. So I got several different examples here I spent a lot of time thinking about where do I put the discount thresholds, because one of my big goals is to give back to struggling families. Like that husband there, that's that one in the middle, making $50,000, and the wife who's making $20,000. Not because she can't find a good job; it's just she has a kid at home and can only work part time. They have an AEPI of $35,000, qualifying them for a 20% discount. But hey, they have two children now, and now their AEPI goes down to $23,000, qualifying them for the 30% discount, which now they can go in for the level 1 group coaching program at $1,200. They can do the light version with me at $2,800, and the level 3 version at $4,000. I mean, that's what it's all about here. This is the way I try and give back. I mean, these are the people that I really want to get off the fence and remove the excuses for them. So if you know anybody who are is in desperate need of financial help, I know a lot of times that it just doesn't make any sense to pay when you're just trying to make the ends meet. But if I learned anything in the last couple of years, it's invest in yourself, because when you're investing in real estate or different investments, you could probably get a 20% return. But when you're investing in yourself, what I usually see is you're making about 10 times your money return wise. So again, here are the group coaching levels. Group coaching level 1. First come, first serve for that, with the need-based discount on the bottom. Private coaching light level 2 offered at $4,500, $4,000 if you do buy a property and there is a rebate there. And the financial need discount offered there is $2,800 and $3,200 based on your AEPI. And then the private coaching max level, 3 students openings there. And the financial need discount, $4,300 and $5,000 there for those. And I think a lot of you would, if you do the math, I mean, the way I calculate these things is a lot of the backbone is the coaching calls and the time that it takes and assigning an hourly rate. And for $4,300 to do the private coaching for somebody, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like I'm giving this away a little bit, but I'm doing it for the right reason. I would rather help somebody who needs it and is willing to put in the work. And I think that's someone I've always had a soft spot for. And that's kind of why I love helping the working professional, the misguided people who work hard, yet they just don't get anywhere financially because they've been screwed by the system. So whatever your goals are, people come in for freedom and family, or they think life's too short, or they just want to skip the corporate ladder. Figure out what's your why here. There's 5 different whys per Abraham Maslow. And I think we all need to try and be moving up higher on to the self-actualization, the higher part of the why. But figure out what's your why here. Because if your why isn't strong enough, then none of this group coaching or coaching will work. Yesterday I was lifting weights with my trainer, and I have a trainer to basically spot me and tell me what to do next. Not really for his ability, for his expertise. I mean, obviously the dude is huge, but he, for his mindset and for his ability to push me. And he told me the other day, and I told him, I think my problem is when I get up to the 7th or 8th or 9th rep, I just don't really push hard to do the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th one. And he called me out, and, he said, hey, you're just being a weenie, right? And he said, maybe you just don't have the why. And I think he hit it right on the head. I didn't really have a why I was in the gym. It's not like a doctor was telling me that I need to start working out. And like I was going to die or anything like that. I mean, I play basketball all the time. I have pretty good health. So for me to come bust my butt in the gym and really put forth that 150% effort that he's looking for, and to get the results I want, I mean, I have to go and search for that why, which I'm still trying to find a reason why to really go and to the max in the gym. But it kind of just it's the same thing. Achievement is always the same thing in different aspects of your life. So try and find your why. Try and think, what do you, kind of a lifestyle are you trying to create? Are you trying to pay for college expenses, more exact travel, financial freedom, just building a legacy for your children or grandchildren? What are you doing this for? And my parting words is, I know you guys can do this yourself. I put a lot of free information on this website and podcast. And yeah, you can buy through a turnkey provider. If you want my little cheat sheet there highlighted in blue, the buyer beware document, shoot me an email, or even call me from time to time with the a la carte coaching. But at the very least, put a red circle on your calendar 60 days from now and see where you get. How much more of your family's time or your time are you wasting consuming websites, books, podcasts? I did it on my own, and I know a lot of you guys can, because a lot of you guys are very sophisticated, and you guys use Professor Google. But everyone has a blind spot, and you can't know what you don't know. And I think that's a fact. And the people who think that they don't have anything wrong with them, or think they know everything by going into a $1,000 online program, or doing Udemy or Teachable, or all these other, buying a $47 PDF, I think those are the guys that are going to get hit the hardest. By signing up for coaching with me, this is the best insurance you're going to get to mitigate the pitfalls. And not only that, you're building a relationship for me. So you guys know what I mean, Jelly Bean. There's a little video for you guys to watch there. We'll play it at the end. But regret is the strongest emotion out here. There are more flowers at a gravesite than at a wedding, for good reason. Because people shit all over themselves, as the saying goes. They said, well, I should have invested in that rental property 4 years ago, because then I'd be, doing all the apartment stuff now. And I'd probably be quitting my job in the next couple of years. So I think my program, it has the 3 C's in it for any good coaching program. First, the coach, it's me. I think I've already stated that enough. Number 2 is the community, the Facebook groups, the group coaching Facebook groups. You're going to be put into a community of like-minded individuals to really get a lot of other information, different kind of information, and build relationships that you can take on to the future, both business and professional. And number 3 here, I think I've got the content for you guys to take you where you guys need to go. I've done it. I can tell you what I did, and I've done it recently. There's a saying that my mentor says, that your life as an entrepreneur is determined by and easily traced back to individual yes-no decisions, binomial decisions of zeros and ones, yes and no's, that you make every day, or maybe not every day, but from time to time, every few weeks or every few months or every few years, big decisions come up. And I think this is one of them. Yeah, you can keep doing it, what you've been doing, but you know what you're going to get. So action items here. Your gift for you guys is to get first come, first serve discounts and free introductory calls. Go to Elaine at simplepassivecashflow.com. Shoot me an email there. And if you want to read this in a different format, simplepassivecashflow.com/coaching, and complete the intake form to start the interview process. And I think we'll leave you guys with the parting video of the Jelly Bean movie, which I think illustrates that time is precious, and you could probably do this by yourself, but I think the most important thing is time. So we'll see you guys later, and let me know what your questions are and when you guys want to get started. Bye.
The preceding Lane Hack was approved by Lane Kawaoka, an efficiency and productivity expert, traditionally educated with a BS in industrial engineering, masters in civil engineering and construction management, and professionally licensed engineer in Washington State, with over a decade of in-field experience supervising construction crews and managing over $100 million capital projects in both bureaucratic public and cutthroat private sectors. And by the way, every situation is different, and remember to think for yourself.